First of all, huge shout out to the Brooklyn Nets. Huge shout out to them. If I never would have got rid of my Giannis jersey, I would have probably shown it in this video. One hell of a series, ladies and gentlemen. One hell of a series. Game 7, man. This is exactly what you want in Game 7. Stakes, everything on the line. Both teams played their asses off today. Kevin Durant, 48 points. Giannis over 40 points. Middleton had a bad game until literally that fourth quarter and that overtime stretch. Jrue Holiday came clutch. Had a horrible game. Jrue Holiday came clutch in those last 3 minutes. Brook Lopez was extremely clutch as well at the center position. Key rebounds, really key rebounds and tips throughout this entire game. I will say this for the Brooklyn Nets before we can, dive, straight into this and recap it. Brooklyn just, they had a horrible break. The same thing we talked about the Warriors when they went up against the Raptors a couple years ago. The Warriors just couldn't catch a break. Klay Thompson tore his Achilles. Kevin Durant tore his ACL. It was a horrible break. And we all know, if that team was healthy against the Raptors, the Warriors would have won that game in 5 or 6 games. I can say the same thing about the Brooklyn Nets. We all know, and even Milwaukee Bucks fans, we all know this. Kyrie Irving and James Harden, if those two dudes were healthy, there is no questioning that Brooklyn is winning this series. Now, of course, this is all part of the game, so we can't use excuses, including Nets fans. We can't really use excuses of why the Nets really lost, right? Listen, the injuries, it plays a factor, and this is one of the things when you lose those superstar players, and when you take a look at deep in your roster, and you don't really have anybody else that can really step up for you. We really can't be surprised. You look at the Bucks. The Bucks were lucky. The Bucks were extremely lucky with health. And again, luck plays a huge factor into it. They were healthy. Giannis was healthy. Say what you want about Giannis. He can't really shoot. He's not a consistent three-point shooter. He's not a consistent mid-range jumper. The dude is durable. That's one thing you can't really take away from him is his durability. And when you really need him the most, Giannis is going to show up and he's going to be playing. So, but a huge reason, guys, a huge reason why the Brooklyn Nets lost this game was because of rebounding. That was the number one reason why they lost this game, in my opinion. It was the rebounds. The Milwaukee Bucks destroyed the Brooklyn Nets on the offensive board. The Brooklyn Nets couldn't box out. The Brooklyn Nets really couldn't handle the size or the length of the Milwaukee Bucks. That's one of the things that Milwaukee's always had. They've always had size. They've always had the length, and especially to crash on the boards and get those key offensive boards if they need to. Giannis, Brook, or Middleton, PJ Tucker with this, with this ferocious play, crashing on the boards as well. Milwaukee was just bigger. They were more physical inside, and we can go all the way back into even in overtime where Milwaukee missed some key shots, and they were able to grab those rebounds. They were able to grab those offensive rebounds, including also going back deep in the fourth quarter. They missed a key 3, was able to tip it right back. Milwaukee was able to waste time, and if Kevin Durant doesn't make that clutch 2-point shot, we could be talking about the reason why the Milwaukee Bucks won that game was because of that key offensive board. So the Brooklyn Nets, just watching this game, failed to grab offensive rebounds. They were not physical. And again, when you're missing those key offensive scores, when you only have a 65% James Harden and Kyrie Irving is gone, you're missing those key offensive elements of your game. You have to go deep in your repertoire. And you have to do things that you're not comfortable with. And the Brooklyn Nets had to be physical, and they had to get offensive boards. They had to win the boards. And that's just something that they're just not capable of. They don't have the size, they don't have the size, the physicality, or the length that Milwaukee does. So that came into fruition definitely during this game. And you can make an argument that was the number one thing that cost them in not just this game, it cost them this entire series, was the fact that they just couldn't rebound especially on the offensive boards. Number 2 reason why they did not shoot well from three-point range. They did not shoot that well from three-point range. James Harden was 29% from the field. James Harden, I think, shot less than 30% from three-point range. Now, again, he's hurt. But they were key threes. They were key threes, wide open threes. It's not like it was contested. They were the key wide open threes that James Harden missed that you would just take a look at it and say, if James Harden can hit at least one or two of those key threes, could really change the landscape of the game. Another reason why, including the perimeter shooting, was Joe Harris. Joe Harris couldn't hit a fucking shot. Joe Harris is arguably one of the top 5 best three-point shooters, if not the best three-point. Well, we all know Stephen Curry's the best three-point shooter, but one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA. Led the NBA in three-point percentage. Did not do shit this entire series. Joe Harris arguably cost them the game. People want to talk about James Harden. James Harden not taking that shot, or James Harden with the careless turnovers was the reason why they lost. No, a big reason why they lost this game was because Joe Harris, wide open. I think it was a little bit to the left of the top of the key, missed a wide open three-point shot. That was a big reason why they lost this game, and probably the number one reason why they lost this entire series was because of that three-point miss. But Joe Harris was not good today, and he hasn't been good the last really 2 or 3 games. Joe Harris has been shit. So again, when you're missing those key players, when you're missing those key elements, that elite scoring, that play from Kyrie Irving, the play from James Harden, from a 65% James Harden, you need somebody else to step up. Blake Griffin did his job today. Blake Griffin stepped up. Now, again, he was fouled out, but Blake Griffin stepped up today. Jeff Green, we all know, is hurt. Jeff Green is hurt, and then we all know Cyrus can't shoot. I don't get it. I mean, 6'4", 6'5", he's a guard, can't shoot a fucking lick. I don't understand that. But Joe Harris needed to step up today. Joe Harris needed to be the key figure for the Brooklyn Nets to win this game. And Joe Harris let the entire city of Brooklyn down. Joe Harris, I'm telling you this right now, guys. The Brooklyn Nets should think about trading Joe Harris, because no. He fucked up today, guys. Joe Harris fucked up, not just today, he fucked up this entire series. That was the play of the game, ladies and gentlemen. That key motherfucking miss left at the top of the key where he missed that wide open three. Could have changed the entire landscape of the game right there, guys. But yeah, enough about the Nets. Let's give credit where credit is due. The Milwaukee Bucks deserve this win. The Milwaukee Bucks are going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and I don't know who's going to win between Ben Simmons, between the Atlanta Hawks or the Philadelphia 76ers. But I mean, this is crazy. We don't have Steph, we don't have LeBron, we don't have AD, and we don't have Kevin Durant. But this sucks for this. I mean, I feel sorry for the city of Brooklyn. I feel sorry for Kevin Durant. He gave it all he had. I feel bad for Kyrie Irving because, again, injuries play a factor. And when you have to sit there and there's nothing you can really do about it, all you can do is just sit there and cheer. That's your only contribution. I feel bad for Kyrie. But this is what makes the NBA great. This is what makes sports great. Sometimes things are just not going to go your way. Sometimes you play your ass off, things are not going to go your way. But dragging this video way too long, I'm stuttering a lot. It is what it is. I'm tired as fuck, so please forgive my stuttering. But if you guys like this video, definitely like it. If you want to stay for more content, definitely subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also, please share with your friends. Definitely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But anyway, this is Jan Sports, aka Jan716. I will catch you guys later. Once again, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks. You guys deserved it, and good luck to you guys in the Eastern Conference Finals.